Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I am starting my weekend vlog a day early. It is Friday. This guy is off today. It is his, regularly scheduled Friday. Every other Friday he gets off. So we just do our still regular routine. Because I have to be up because you can see I got two little guys. But Doug got up, he went to 7 o'clock mass and then ran to Home Depot to get some supplies. I got everybody moving and fed. And now we are heading over to the butcher because I had 40 pounds of chicken backs ordered. I think I said this in some video, I don't know. I made like 57 quarts of chicken bone broth like over the summer and in the fall, and we're down to 4. We're not eating enough like chickens with bones to accumulate enough bones for me to make more. So I decided to buy, for my sunglasses, I don't know where they are. I decided to buy chicken backs and chicken feet to make some more bone broth. They are dirt cheap because, they're chicken backs. And the only people that want them are the people that either like use them for crabbing bait or use them for bone broth. So I ordered those and they need to be picked up today. So I am heading over to the butcher to pick those up, and then we are going to go home. I may get that broth going, I don't know. I usually do it in the Instant Pot for like 8 hours, but I was thinking about just throwing it in my roaster so I can do a bigger batch. And letting it go like 24 hours. We'll see. We'll see my mood. I'm not going to do anything if I don't get lids. Got to get canning lids. And then we are going to build more feeders. Those gravity feeders we have in the chicken coop, the chicken run, the PVC pipes. We're putting in two more. We're putting in 2 more of those because now that we have more girls, they tend to congregate around the water cooler and they have a favorite feeder, and we just want to give them a few more options, spread the love a little bit, because we've been putting like little hangy supplemental feeders in just so they don't fight over who gets to eat when. But honestly, they're a pain in the butt, and if I don't have to use them, I don't want to, and we'll need them for the meat birds anyway. I'm not sure, I don't even remember if I told you, we ordered our meat birds. Jason and I, the average day, we sat on the phone together and we ordered our meat birds from a hatchery in Iowa this time. Last year we had a really hard time getting them at Tractor Supply. It was not easy. We had to go to 2 different Tractor Supplies, and it wasn't easy. And we kind of want to do them on our schedule, not the store schedule. So we each ordered 16. So we ordered a total of 32 Cornish crosses. We ordered all roosters. We'll see if we get all roosters or not. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. They do their best at sexing them at hatch, but sometimes it's only 90%. But roosters are just a little bit of a bigger bird, so more meat. So they are coming in the mail. They're being shipped April 5th. So we should get them April 6th or 7th. And then our processing date is set for June 10th. My friend, one of the baby's moms, also ordered 10, and we are going to teach her how to process them. So it should be fun. Well, it's not fun processing them, but it's a fun day of community, of friendship, fellowship, just helping each other out and, feeling accomplished. So that's all done. What else? So that way we can use the supplemental feeders for the meat birds, because they're the meat bird feeders anyway. And boy, do they eat a lot. Trying to think what else. Update on Andrew. He's doing a little bit better. He's still very, very anxious, very upset. And now to compound things a little bit, Anne has been staying with us for the whole week because Anne has also left the school and the program. But she is leaving today to go back to Connecticut. So that's going to put a little bit more anxiety on Andrew because, you know, they've been together since June, like every single solitary day. So they'll work it out, you know, they'll work it out. If their relationship is meant to be and if their relationship is strong, then they will work it out. So I'm just seeing a lot of trips to Connecticut and Jersey back and forth in their future. We've enjoyed having her with us for the week, honestly, but time for everybody to move on and come up with a plan. And that's what they're trying to do. I'm giving Andrew a lot of grace right now. He's working on getting some personal stuff done, like he's getting his room cleaned out and decluttered and all that. So I'm kind of, you know, letting him have space. He's been applying for some jobs. He's not exactly sure what he wants to do yet. So we're, you know, it just left a really bad taste in his mouth for teaching. But I did explain to him that you can't base the rest of your life on one bad experience. So I think right now he's just going to look for something. He's not going to look for a teaching job now for sure because it's February. So he's got some things he needs to do and all that for his certification and everything. He actually applied for a couple jobs at museums because he does have a history degree as well as an education degree. So we'll see. We're just kind of taking it one day at a time. But I cannot even begin to thank you for all of your prayers, for all of your wonderful messages, for your text, for your messages, for your comments, all that. So I truly appreciate it. Please keep praying for him, just for guidance and clarity. And, you know, he knows and we know that God will put him where he needs to be. We just wish God would get a little bit of a move on it. So, anyway, I guess that's it. Anything you have to say? Any words of wisdom?
It's a beautiful day.
Oh my gosh. So it is 9:30 and it is 60 degrees already in Jersey. At 9:30.
In the middle of February.
In the middle of February. We have not seen one single flake of snow this winter. Now, Jersey is not like the snow mecca of the world. But we get a couple snowstorms a winter. You know, it is nothing like, you know, Michigan or the New England states.
Not true, we did get a little bit of flakes. That one day.
Oh, that's right, we did. We did get flakes for about 10 minutes one day.
The dusting, yeah.
We got, yes, not even a dusting because it didn't cover the whole ground. Like yes, okay. But we got nothing this winter, and I can't imagine now that we will get any snow, which is fine. I'm not a big snow fan. I do enjoy one nice snowstorm, like starting on a Friday at 6 o'clock, you know, so it doesn't mess up any, you know, work commutes or anything like that. But it doesn't look like we're going to see any snow, so that's fine. I don't know. I'm looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to summer. I'm looking forward to our beach days.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to starting the garden. I know Doug has already started thinking and planning, and he's got to get the rototiller started, make sure that's in good condition.
Yeah, I gotta work on that.
Gotta work on that. And I mean, before we know it, it'll be time to put our potatoes in. So, exciting stuff. I think we've made some decisions to not plant some things this year. We are not going to plant broccoli. We are not going to plant cauliflower. It takes up too much room and yields too little. And honestly, you know, we can buy it for, if we can buy something for a decent price, I'd rather not take up valuable real estate for things that cost more money, like peppers. You know, peppers are ridiculously expensive around here. So I would rather put in an extra pepper or two plant than waste the space on broccoli and cauliflower. I mean, for us, that's, you know, because we have a limited space. I know you don't like broccoli, honey. And last year, by putting our herbs in the garden, they did so well. And that is definitely the plan again this year, is to have them in the ground, in the garden. I mean, I was drying basil and parsley and all like crazy because it did so well. So I'm done messing with pots. I'm done messing with raised beds. It's just going right in the garden. Anxious to see if my rosemary comes back this year. So anyway, that is it. I've chatted way too long. Way too long. I'll show you around the butcher if I have the opportunity. So this is what 40 pounds of chicken backs looks like. Not quite sure how many I'm going to use. I'm just going to put them in the roaster until it looks good. I've got carrots, celery, onions in here. Throw some chicken in, throw some water in, salt, pepper, and just let it go. Okay. I've got chicken backs, chicken feet, water, salt, apple cider vinegar, celery, carrots, onion. And I'm just going to stick the lid on. Just let it go and let it go and let it go. Now, these guys are almost done their lunch. We're going to go outside and help Mr. Doug and play with the chickens. Goodness, it is so beautiful out here. So the girls are running around. The kids are playing with the chickens and running around the backyard. And Doug is working on installing the new feeders. How's it going?
It's going.
Just a girl and her favorite chicken. You know I love my girl Dolores. Although Dolores does not want to be held. She wants to get down and run around with her friends. We'll let her down. Okay, 2 new feeders installed. It took less than a half an hour, and of course they're already checking them out. With chickens, you don't know if they're going to be curious or if they're going to be scared to death. But they were curious, so they're already eating out of the 2 new feeders. So now we have 5 going across. So we should only have to refill them probably once a week or so. So now let's see if they left us any butt nuggets. See what we got. Oh yeah.
Ooh, lots of pretty eggs.
We've got 3 here. And I've said before, but just in case you're new, we have fake eggs in the boxes because that just teaches them where to lay the eggs, and it teaches them not to peck the eggs. Luckily, we don't really have a problem with that. But there we go. Not too many today.
She took a shortcut.
Did you see that? Did you get that on film?
Sort of. She took a shortcut.
Oh my goodness, Willow, what are you doing? Willow, that's not the way we go into the box. Okay, well, get your butt in there, and I'm going to shut the door. Bye, Willow. Okay, that's funny. I've never seen them do that before. So, not a whole lot of eggs yet today, but it's still kind of early. What do we have there? 8 eggs. So I expect a few more. We have a couple that lay late in the afternoon, so we will see. Okay, Kono is having a good old time back there dust bathing. I'm not sure if can you see that? She's in the tire. Oh, now she's gonna get interrupted by somebody else. But she is having a good old time dust bathing in there. My dinner tonight, because I kind of forgot I started my weekend vlog early. We had ribs. I used Kim over to Girl on her phone. I used her recipe in the Instant Pot. We had baked sweet potatoes and roasted broccoli. It was Anne's last meal with us for a while. She's been here for a week. We've really enjoyed having her, but she had to go home to Connecticut. So this guy's sad.
Yeah. Happens. I mean, it's only 3 hours.
Yep.
Upstate.
And she left some of her stuff here because she couldn't fit everything in her car. So she's got to come back, right?
Yeah, she has to.
So, yeah, we already miss her, but it was really, really nice having her here for the week. But anyway, Mr. Andrew has applied for a ton of jobs. So say a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that he really, really is hoping for, I think.
Yes, very much so. Oh, there's two. There's 2 at the same place that I'm hoping for.
Yeah, he actually has been applying for some museum jobs because, you know, he does have a dual major of education and history, and there's a job that requires both. So we'll see. But he's not entirely leaving the classroom yet. This is a really bad time to find a job for a teacher, you know, halfway through the school year. So we'll see. But anyway, I am going to go and enjoy watching Adam run, and I will definitely try to show you. We've already seen him on TV several times. When they do like the pan out, we see him on the sidelines, him and Bella and their buddies Devin and all the other guys. So it's been fun seeing him. Okay, there's my boy right there. See the guy in the, where's my, I can't do this. He's right there. Looking up. He's got on a white shirt with the blue stripe and the blue shorts, and he does not have his hair back.
Second to the outside.
Second to the outside. And they're off. And it's a false start.
He's gonna get
Okay, let's try this again. There he goes. There's my boy. Uh-oh, he's getting jostled. He needs to get his butt up there.
He's got it.
And there's my boy. Right in the middle of the pack. That's okay. Technology's great for stuff like this, let me tell you. Now we're going to sit and watch Bella. So I wanted to show you my latest project. I'm not sure if you can see. Yeah, you can see there. I am sprouting alfalfa seeds for the chickens. You know, they don't get to free range as much in the winter, and when they are, it's all dead grass. So I am sprouting some alfalfa to give them, and I am going to be sprouting some lentils to give them. They absolutely, chickens love this stuff, and it's so, so good for them, and it's really easy to do. So yeah, I'll keep showing you. I started these yesterday. I just soaked the alfalfa for 8 hours, the alfalfa seeds, drained it, and now I'm just rinsing it in the morning and in the evening. This was just yesterday, and you can see all the sprouts already. So I'm getting ready to rinse it right now. These I just started soaking today. This jar was filled with water, so they're soaking it all up. I'm gonna let it go a couple more hours, and then I will put these in a pan. I really want to get a bin I saw at Dollar Tree if they still have them, because it works really well. But for now, I'm just going to put them in a metal, aluminum disposable pan that I have and get those going. And they have to be rinsed twice a day also. So I will keep you updated on the progress of my sprouts. Good morning, my friends. It is Saturday. So, forgot to close out last night because I'm not used to vlogging on Fridays. We watched Adam's track meet, and we watched Bella run, and then we watched a couple other kids from the Mount run. It was very, very nice being able to see that. Adam and Bella did not PR, but they both had very good times, very consistent with what they run. So that was the last indoor meet except for championships, and neither one of them qualified. So he is done indoor, and now we just look to outdoor. Anne ended up not going back to Connecticut last night. She ended up staying in Philly with a girlfriend that she was supposed to spend the day with in New York today. So that all worked out. I don't know if she's going to end up back here or not, because now she's not going back to Connecticut until Monday, I think. I'm trying to give them some space. I'm trying to give them some grace. But I told Andrew he needs to get his room together this weekend. It's a hot mess. So the grace is shrinking. Let me see if I can. It looks delicious. I am going to can that up today. Doug is going to work down in his workshop and just clean that up because it's a hot mess. Just lots of projects, and didn't clean up in between them because it happens because you flow in from one thing to the next, and Christmas and all that. We're getting ready to make breakfast. We are very hungry. I have not worked out yet. That'll probably be this afternoon. My sprouts are looking fantastic. So these should be ready to feed the chickens in another probably 2 days. And then the lentils have all split. Not all, but they're splitting. And I have them sitting sort of in the sun. I'm trying to find the sunniest spot for them. So they start to sprout. But that's it. So I am going to get breakfast started, get my canning going. And I'm not sure what else today. We don't have plans this weekend except church at 5 o'clock. Doug's supposed to sing solo, but he's got a little bit of a sinusy thing going on, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out for us. He already told his accompanist that, you know, you might be singing and playing, so we'll see how that all shakes out. I need to think about what I'm making for the Super Bowl party tomorrow. I mean, I know what I'm making. I just need to thaw stuff, and I'll make the dough and stuff tomorrow. So, easy peasy. Hopefully, we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, bad lighting here. So, out of that first roaster pan, I got 3 half gallons. So, that'll be 6 quarts canned. And then I decided to get another one going. I'll let that go for another 24 hours. Get another 6 or 7 out of that. And I still have enough chicken backs and chicken feet to do probably another 2 loads. But right now I'm just going to concentrate on these 2. Actually, right now, we need to eat. It's really late, so I'm going to get breakfast started. Okay. Totally forgot to show you my breakfast because we were sitting there eating and enjoying some wonderful conversation. I had a sourdough English muffin, 3 points, 131 calories-ish, something like that, with a tiny little bit of butter, not even enough to count. I had 2 dippy eggs, and I had, which is 0 points and 140 calories. And I also had 3 strips of bacon. It is the Aldi bacon, not the center cut. And it is 3 strips is, I know it's 5 points, but I have to look up the calories. I forget the calories. So very good breakfast. Actually, it was more like a brunch. We didn't eat until about 11:15, 11 o'clock, because we were busy. What am I busy doing? Got it all going on, my friends. I have another load of chicken stock going in the roaster, and I have the pressure canner getting ready to go because I have that. And I think I misspoke earlier. I said 6 quarts fits in. It's 5 in my digital pressure canner. So I will can up 5 quarts, and I will keep 1 in the fridge for just use during the week because I always use chicken broth. And you know, if not, I'll just can that up when I can up the next batch or whatever. I just really want to get these shelves filled back up again because it is so convenient having it on the shelf and ready to go, and just knowing how nutritious and delicious it is just makes me feel good. So, and it's kind of a fun process. So anyway, that's it. I'm not sure. It's 11:30, 11:43 to be exact. We have 5 o'clock mass today. Doug has some electrical work he wants to do. For Christmas, he received another coop cam that we are going to put inside the coop so we can watch the ladies, see who's laying eggs, see who's being bad. So he has to run electric. So he's going to work on that either today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow's supposed to rain though. And Andrew's going to help him because it's a life skill. We're all about teaching our children life skills, whether it be canning or doing electrical work or whatever. We are all about teaching them things. You know, they helped build the coop and learned a lot about building and things like that. And same way that Doug learned from his father. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Not very exciting to watch. And you've seen me can a bajillion times, so I'm not even going to show you that. I'll show you the finished product because they're beautiful jars. Okay, I am so super far behind now because my brother-in-law stopped by and we were chatting for an hour. I had just started making granola when he came because we are out of granola. I only have about, I don't know, a cup left. So in my bowl, there's really not a recipe, and there's a lot of points to this, not a whole lot of calories, and I don't eat a lot of this at one time. I eat a couple tablespoons over my yogurt. I eat maybe a half a cup mixed in with a cup of kamut if I'm going to eat cereal. So I just want good, healthy stuff. I just want good, whole food, healthy stuff in here. I know there's a lot of granolas I can purchase that are, you know, so low in points and all, but it just makes me wonder what is in them. How can granola be so low in points if it has good, healthy stuff in it? I don't know. But anyway, this makes 8 cups. I'll figure out all the points at some point and let you know. I just have 6 cups of oatmeal, a half a cup of brown sugar. Now you can use like the 0-calorie stuff. I don't have any, so I just use regular brown sugar. Oh, I need salt. I forgot salt. I like to put a little bit of salt in there. And then I've got, Doug wanted some dried cherries in there. So I had these dried cherries that I got from Nut Stop. So I put about a cup of those in there. I put about 2/3 of a cup of almonds in there. And now I'm going to add some cinnamon. Don't know how much, just dumping it in. I'm going to mix them all together until they're really well combined. And then I'm going to start with the liquid portion of our recipe. And I like to use coconut oil. And then sometimes I like to use honey. Sometimes I like to use maple syrup. I am going to use maple syrup today because honestly, I have more of that than I do honey. We get our honey very locally. We get it from a guy who lives just a few streets over from us. And I know he doesn't always have it available. And I like to really kind of hang on to it. Like, you know, to use more in our cheese and stuff. So I'm going to use maple syrup in here. I'm going to put some vanilla extract in here. And I'm also going to put some egg whites in here because egg whites help to bind it up and make it those crunchy clusters. So anyway, there's all my dry ingredients. I'm going to do the wet ingredients, and I'm going to put the coconut oil and the maple syrup, and I'm going to heat it up. So the coconut oil and the maple syrup, so the coconut oil melts and it combines nicely with the maple syrup. Then I'll put the vanilla in, pour that on. Then I'm going to whisk up the egg whites, drizzle over that, toss it, and then bake it. That was a lot, I know. So you can just put the coconut oil and the maple syrup in the microwave if you want. I prefer to do it on the top of the stove. I try to use the microwave as little as possible, so I'll just throw it in a pan on the stove. Okay, so there is our coconut oil and maple syrup mixture. I am just pouring it over. There's also some vanilla in there. And then I'm just going to mix it really, really well. Kind of tossing to coat. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to beat 2 egg whites until they're nice and foamy. And then we're going to bake it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I have my egg whites, and I'm just going to beat them up. Okay, you don't necessarily need them stiff peaks like, you know, if you were making a meringue, just until foamy. This is probably a little bit, yeah, this is actually perfect. So I am just going to put them into the granola, and I'm going to just lightly combine them. You don't want to over mix them at this point. You just want those egg whites folded in. Then we're going to spread it out onto our pan. I have my biggest baking sheet that I use for sheet pan meals. And I have it covered with parchment paper. Let me show you. Should have moved all my canning stuff first. Someone asked me the other day why my parchment paper was brown. They questioned if it was parchment paper. Yes, it is parchment paper, and it is brown because it is unbleached parchment paper. Most parchment paper you get is white because it has been bleached and treated, and I prefer not to cook on that kind of parchment paper. It's just a personal preference. And this is like compostable and all that fun stuff. So that's all. Just different kind of parchment papers. Use what you can get your hands on, my friends. Whatever you are comfortable with. Okay. Oh my gosh, this looks wonderful. So I am just going to spread it out as evenly as I can. We are going to pop it into a 300-degree oven for about 15 minutes. We're going to take it out. We're going to give it a really good stir because the edges are going to start baking before the middle. So we're going to want to kind of turn those edges into the middle and the middle to the edges. And then we're going to bake it for another 15 minutes. Check it then. And then if it's a nice, you know, starting to turn golden brown, we're going to pull it out and we're going to let it cool completely. That's the hard part, letting it cool completely, because that is where you get your clusters and then you can break it apart. So there we go. It looks good, smells good. I am so excited about this. I'm going to pop it in the oven. Okay, the granola is out and cooling, and I wanted to taste it, so I put some in a little bowl to cool. I put a 1/4 cup in there with 3 tablespoons of milk. I'm going to eat it like cereal. This will be my lunch today because I didn't eat lunch, just to give it a try and see how it is. But I got to tell you, it smells delicious. I still have to figure out all the points. I'm sure it's going to be high because it is granola and it is all real ingredients. So we will see. Well, friends, we are home from church. I am jammied up already. And we're going to have some dinner. Church was so long because the 8th grade confirmation class was there, and that was like an extra lot of people. And Mass was just crowded, I'm guessing, because of the Super Bowl tomorrow. Because, you know, I live in the area where there is a team. The Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and that's the area that I live in. I am 15 minutes outside of Philly. All of South Jersey is pretty much Eagles land. Not us. We're not big NFL fans. So to us, it's just, you know, to us, it's like, woohoo, last football game. We can move on to baseball season. Yeah, I know. What was I going to say? So, just want to check my stock. Mass was very, very long. Despite Doug's sinus infection, he sang beautifully. Beautifully. So good. I wish I would have recorded some of it. I guess that's about it. Did I mention the granola was amazingly delicious? Oh my gosh, I got to figure out the points because it is so good. So now we're just going to eat some dinner. Everybody's having some kind of like leftover. I made all those sloppy joes for Ann and Andrew to take back to school. Well, of course, they're home now. So, I mean, the sloppy joes are home too. So Andrew's having sloppy joes. Doug is having leftover ribs and sweet potato from last night. And I think I'm going to have a quesadilla because that's what I'm in the mood for. And I haven't had too much today. So, but I'm actually not hungry. I know. But anyway, that's that. I am going to go make my dinner and I will show it to you. And then I think my plan might be, I don't know, to curl up on the couch and read my book. That might be it. I borrowed this book from Doug's cousin, Doug's cousin. I like Amish fiction, Amish romance. I know. Not real thought-provoking, but that's okay. It's called the Prayer Jars Trilogy. 3 books in one by Wanda Brunstetter. It's the Hope Jar, the Forgiving Jar, and the Healing Jar. So I think all 3 of them are, well, definitely the first 2 are kind of intertwined. I don't know about the last one, but I'm not real far yet. It's big, thick. So I might sit down and cozy up on the couch. Well, I'm not cozy up on the couch because it's warm here, but read my book later. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. I know. I will show you dinner when it's on the plate. Okay, here's my quesadilla. I tried to cut it before the cheese was set, so it's all over the place. That's okay. Normally, I just use one tortilla and fold it in half and have like 2 pieces. But I really have not eaten much at all today, and I'm a little bit hungry, so I use 2 tortillas. I have the points. I have the calories. It is 13 points, and that includes a little bit of sour cream. I don't have it on my plate yet. And it is 500 calories, right about 4 and change, 480 something, so 500 calories. So that is what I'm going to have for dinner. Doug's finishing up some ribs and sweet potato from last night. And Andrew's having sloppy joes. So kind of all over the place tonight. Good morning, friends. It is early Sunday morning and I am picking up where I left off yesterday. Canning some more broth. The broth in the roaster is done, so I'm going to get that canned up today. I have enough chicken backs and feet to go for 2 more roasters full, I believe, but I'm not doing that now. That can be next weekend or the weekend after or whatever. So this morning, Adam has a track meet. It's the championship track meet at the Mount this first weekend in May, I think it is. Yeah, first weekend in May. And I was like, oh my gosh, we need to make hotel reservations like now. It's kind of late. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can't get reservations at our favorite hotel. Sold out completely. Not surprising. And the one that's kind of down the road, it's like 12 miles away in Gettysburg, 1 room left. I jumped on that. And then, of course, 1 king room left. I jumped on it, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I didn't ask Andrew if he wanted to go with us. So I might have to change that reservation. They did have queen rooms left, so that's fine. Look how good they're looking. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I'm just giving them their morning rinse. They should be ready in a day or 2. So that's exciting. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I have to say this morning. I'm going to get this broth started, and then I'm going to get breakfast made. I woke up very hungry this morning. My stomach was growling this morning. I mean, we had, great dinner last night, but just woke up hungry. I'm going to rinse my lentils now. They are starting to sprout, so I am so incredibly excited over this whole process, and so excited to give my girls some home sprouted treats. It'll be very good for them, so I will try to show you the lentils when I'm done rinsing them. You can see all the little sprouts starting on the lentils. So these take longer than the alfalfa. So these will probably take at least a week to do. Okay, stepping up my game here a little bit. Got both canners going because I have 7 quarts of broth in my half-gallon jars. I'll put that, the jars are warming in here. Once they're warmed, I'll get that in my quart jars, get it in there, and be done with canning for the weekend. I still have, like I said, backs and feet to use, so maybe next weekend we'll see. I cannot wait to get my countertops just scrubbed because they're just so dirty from all the chicken stuff and the front of the cabinets and everything. So once this is all done, I think I'm going to do that before I start making the pepperoni bread. And we are also getting breakfast together right now. Okay, it is 11:30. We are just now sitting down to brunch. I have 2 eggs, 0 points, sausage for 3, and toast for 4. So 7-point breakfast this morning. As for calories, I need to figure that out. Okay, on to my next task, which is making the pepperoni bread for the Super Bowl party Doug and I are attending and the Super Bowl party that Andrew and Ann are attending. Yes, I said Ann. Anna's on her way back to Jersey right now, just until tomorrow. Then she's going back to Connecticut. Long story, but Andrew's... Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Andrew's happy about that. Let's see if I can get you back in here. Real life, not editing it out. If I can get you back in. There we go. Okay, so I meant to show you how I make my pizza dough, and I forgot. It is a big batch of pizza dough, as you can see. It's just yeast, flour, oil, that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to deflate it. I'm going to weigh it out because I need to get 4 loaves of pepperoni bread out of this. So I want to make sure, oh, there's my canner. I want to make sure that it's equal. I really should put this in a bowl, but I'm lazy. 1,281 grams. So I'm going to divide that by 4, but first I need to get my stuff out of the canner. Okay, I have my dough separated into 4 pieces. I probably should have made 1.5 recipes of dough, but it is what it is. So now I'm just going to, I floured my surface and I'm just going to roll them out into a nice rectangle. Now, of course, I'm making these just normal, not WW friendly or anything, because I'm taking them to a party. You could easily do this with 2-ingredient dough if you want it. Well, not easily, because it's not as easy to work with as yeasted dough, but, you know, it would definitely save you points and things like that. But this is a pretty foolproof pizza dough recipe. I'll try to remember to put it down below. So now I'm just going to take a 1/2 pound of slicing pepperoni, or sandwich pepperoni, I guess this is. No, that's not right. It's been a while. I'm going to take my provolone cheese first. And I'm going to lay a layer of provolone. You want to put the cheese on first because the pepperoni, of course, is greasy. And this will kind of act as a barrier between the dough and the pepperoni. This was my aunt's kind of specialty, my mother's sister. It was her specialty. She always made pepperoni bread for all of the occasions. Now, she used a Longhorn cheddar along with the provolone. I tend to use mozzarella just because, honestly, it's a little less expensive. And it's just what I generally have. So that's about a 1/2 pound of provolone. And then we're going to go with the pepperoni. You can stuff this as much as you want or as little as you want. Personally, I like it to be full. I don't like our local supermarket sells pepperoni bread and stromboli, but it's mostly dough and not enough meat and cheese in my opinion. If I'm going to eat something decadent, I want it to be decadent. I will have a slice of this tonight. I'll fit it in because I love it, but I'll just have my 1 slice and move on. The nice thing about taking this somewhere is everybody loves it. And it's one of the first things to go at a party. So it's not like you can go back and keep eating more. Okay, I guess that's good. I still have a little bit here, let's see. I try to do a 1/2 pound of everything on the pepperoni bread. And then I've got some mozzarella that's shredded. And like I said, you can use whatever kind of cheese you want. This is really full. It'll be fine. And then I'm just gonna start on this end. I should have rolled it out the other way to make it easier to fold, but I didn't. And we're just gonna roll it in a nice tight spiral. Pull and roll. And then once it's all rolled, whoops, let's try that again. There we go. We're just gonna pinch the dough. You can use a little water if you want to seal it. I'm just gonna do a lot of pushing and pinching. And we're gonna bring up the ends. Make sure they're all nice and closed as best you can. Now you can brush this with an egg wash if you like. I generally don't. Just sealing both ends. And really getting that seal down the middle. And you're gonna place it seam side down on a baking sheet. And we are gonna bake it at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes, or until it is nice and golden brown. I think I can fit 2 easily on there. Oh, that's nice. And there's our pepperoni bread. Aunt May would be proud of me. So I'm just gonna do the others. Andrew's taking 2 to his party. I'm taking 2 to my party. And generally what I do, a lot of times I will bake them at home. Keep them hot in like a insulated bag or something, and then just slice them when I get to the party. Or I'll bake them at home, and I like to let them rest before I bake them, just so everything doesn't ooze out. I'll let them rest, I'll slice it, I'll wrap it back up in the foil, and then heat it and take it with me. Just depends on my mood. You can do it however you want, but there it is. Looks beautiful. I'm gonna fit another one right here and just get those all done. Okay, I think these are the most beautiful pepperoni breads I have ever made. They are just so uniform and nice looking. So now they're just gonna have to bake at 375 for about 20 minutes or so. But I'm not ready to put them in yet. So they'll just sit here and wait.
I'm not gonna lie, I did a lot for that pizza.
Okay, I had a little time to kill while the pepperoni bread was in the oven, and I had some strawberries and I had some chocolate. They ain't the prettiest things, my friends, but I made some chocolate covered strawberry footballs to take with us also. Well, friends, it is Monday morning. Never closed out last night. Tried to get a couple shots of our Super Bowl party, but it was just too hard because there were people I was trying not to get on camera and things like that. I did fine eating wise at the Super Bowl party when it came to the regular food. I got a little picky with the desserts, I'm not gonna lie. I had a quarter of a slice of cake, just like a very thin, tiny little piece of cake. But she had my nemesis, Rice Krispie treats. I probably had one whole one because I should have just cut one whole one and ate it and enjoyed it. But instead I just kept cutting tiny itsy bitsy little bites of it. So I probably had one whole one. Trying to think. And I did have 2 pieces of chocolate covered strawberry. I had cut the strawberries in half because they were so massive, and plus I wanted to serve more, which, you know, is not a whole lot of points or calories, which is good, but I did okay. Perfect? Nope, but okay. Did not win any of my Super Bowl block pools. Neither did the boys. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping for a little bit of something, something. Did win a couple of my DraftKings bets, which was nice. But, yeah, we had a good time. So, it's always nice hanging out with people. And that was it. So, came home, got my evening routine done, and went to bed and did not sleep well. Andrew and Ann didn't get home until like 1:30. And I think when I know the kids are supposed to be home, I don't sleep well until they are home. Adam was at a Super Bowl party in Maryland, but like as soon as the game was over, they left because he had a 6 a.m. workout this morning. So, but I don't know. I just didn't sleep well. So anyway, now this weekend vlog is closed, and that's it. Thanks for spending time with me, and now I got a lot of editing to do. So have a great one, and I will see you all very soon.